Alright, so we're back to this portrait, and we talked about how to put these on, but there's also a way to add a texture over the top, and that's as simple as moving over to Google, for example, and typing in cracked texture. Now, depending on how big your image is, you may have to go ahead and find like a large sized, go to tools, find a large sized image that you can actually incorporate into there. You find the image, and then you go ahead and right click copy, and then you can go ahead and Control V paste, and you've got that image over the top. From there, this one is obviously way too big. This picture was very, very small. I didn't need a really big resolution. So you can actually put that over the top. Make it a little bit smaller. A little bit bigger. There we go. Alright, so you put that over the top, press enter, and then you come over to these layer styles. And you can click on the first one. Once it's in blue, you can use your arrows to just arrow down. Take a look and see what those little cracks and crevices do as you go to different varieties of them. Once you find one you like, then you can manipulate it a little bit more. See, this one is not particularly of my favorites. I like the other texture a little bit better. Let's try what darken was. Alright, let's just pretend that looks good. We're going to go ahead and move it down just a little bit so we get it on the neck. And in this case then, you can kind of nibble away with your eraser and get rid of it from places that you don't want it. Now the last part of this would be to go to your smudge tool. It's right inside of here. Go to your smudge tool. And you can smudge them right around edges where there would be a natural shift. So it doesn't look like it's just a sheet over the top of his face. You can actually shift some of these edges to move them around. So I click, and you can change the size of the smudge tool as well. But you can sort of click and move things. I'm moving values around a little bit just to show some changes. So pretend that's good. But the other thing you can do is you can come back in, kind of cool, come back in with that polygonal lasso tool, cut out whatever it is you needed to be cut. I'm going to go ahead and cut around here, finish it. Oh, okay, apparently, whoop, sorry. I'm going to escape. Oh, there we go. All right, so if I Control J and copy that to another layer, I have kind of how we started, but I'm actually going to Control click right here, and I get that section. I go back to my background layer. I'm actually going to fill that in. So edit fill, or you could very easily just use a paintbrush if that's what you preferred. You can fill that in as black. Okay, I'm going to turn that one back on. I'm going to Control T. I'm going to rotate it a little bit. Make it look like that face is really rotated out there. Press the Enter key as soon as I'm happy with it. Of course, I'm going to mask that. I'm going to come back in. Maybe I'm going to grab like an old screw head. Maybe that one. Obviously, I wouldn't keep with this one. It's got a watermark on it. That means it belongs to someone. I would look for free images. Just going to grab this one really quick. I know it's owned by someone. Come on, let's find something that doesn't belong to anyone. I'm going to have a hard time finding it today. But basically what I would do is I would find like an old screw head or a brad, something that I can actually put inside. I could also go to usage rights and find, one of the usage rights that will allow me to actually use it. Usage rights, labeled for reuse. And of course they are very limited. Or we're going to have to pretend. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to Control V paste that. It's way too big. I'm going to bring that down. A lot of finagling on this to try to get this done really quick for you. But basically what I would do is I would grab that screw head. I'm going to grab the screw head. I use that. I Control J. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to put the screw head in place. Change that size. It'll kind of look like that's a little pivot point on there. Might even bevel and emboss that. Of course, I'm going to come in here and mask this so that you guys don't actually see that. I need to make sure I go to the correct layer to do that. and use the softens. Oh, got to be careful. I don't want to take off too much because then I start showing other things. So you really want to work carefully, but again, another option for you.